I am thinking about breaking up with my boyfriend because of his changed mindset plus updates. I am not op. Original post by you, throwaway survivor mom in R, true off my chest. Trigger warnings. Misogyny. Less than. Mood spoilers. Frustrating but good for op. Less than. Backslash. I am thinking about breaking up with my boyfriend because of his changed mindset, the 25th of December 2022. I am literally disheartened by it. I, 25F, have been with my boyfriend, 27 meters, for 3 years. He has been sweet and caring towards me. He would always buy me flowers and cook for me sometimes. I was madly in love with him and I appreciated all his efforts that he put in our relationship. But lately he has been consuming a lot of red pill MGTOW content. He is a fan of someone who I wouldn't say name of, but everyone knows who is that famous red pill bald guy who has Bugatti. At first I didn't mind, because he seems fine. Moreover, he started going to the gym after he started listening to those podcasts. But lately he became this toxic person I don't like. A year ago when we moved in together we split the chores. Now he says he doesn't want to do that because he is a man and it is a woman's job. He constantly says that I should quit my job because women are supposed to be submissive and he is supposed to be the provider. I got angry and told him that he has the nerve to say that when he is living in my apartment that is leased under my name. That's the first time we had a huge fight. He accused me of cheating because I would hang out with my male friends. He would always share posts about how men don't need women and how they are happier without women. Also some derogatory posts about single mothers and girls with a high body count. I was really disgusted by this. The final straw came when I heard him and his friends talking. His friend cheated on his girlfriend, Gigi. Now she wants to break up with him. My BF laughed and said, "Women." They went on and on about how women are dramatic and that she should be lucky to have a rich guy like his friend as her boyfriend. It is a man's right to cheat because every great man walked on this planet had multiple wives. After his friend left, I yelled at him for being a misogynist and a hateful person. How can he say something like that about someone who is hurting? He laughed it off by saying Gigi is now emotional and she will come back to him because women do not care if a man cheats as long as the man provides for her. And his friend is rich, so it wouldn't be a problem. I told him this is really ironic coming from a guy who lives in his girlfriend's apartment and can't even own his place. I know I struck a nerve. He hit the wall beside me and yelled how it is my fault that he has not progressed yet. And again blamed my job because every successful man had a submissive wife and if I was like them, he would earn more money. I do not understand what my job has to do with it. It is not making him lose his money or occupying his time. I had enough. I told him to get out or I will call the police. He stomped out and called me B-word. I am still a little shaken from it. What happened to the sweet boy I fell in love with? I wish I could get him back. But I don't think I can live another moment with the monsters he has become. Edit. Spelling. Update the 2nd of January 2023. I wasn't going to update, but someone actually wanted to know. Someone also messaged me asking for an update. So here is it if anyone cares. I didn't end up spending my holidays alone. Gigi came with her friend Tina to my house. They both showed me group messages between my boyfriend and his friends. They basically shared nudes of other girls. Even Gigi and Tina's picture were there. Tina's BF was also included in that group. I was shaking as I scrolled through the messages. They were all bragging about the girls they hooked up with and whose GF is the hottest. I was looking for my BF's messages. Even though there was no concrete evidence of him cheating on me, he did make some obscene comments about other girls and even talked about sleeping with them. That was the proof I needed. Though there weren't many responses, I went with what the majority of the people told me. I packed his stuff and called my brother to find a locksmith to change my lock. I was a mess to say the least, but some part of me wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I knew that the man I loved is still there. Maybe he was under a lot of stress that I do not know. Either way, I will have closure. 2 days after the Christmas, I went to his friend's house where he was staying. He looked happy to see me. We sat down and I laid all the things that had been bothering me. I told him that his behavior had been off and he was turning into someone that I resent. I liked the man who used to be funny and a little goofy, but whoever he turned into is not the person I fell in love with. I even mentioned that ever since he has started watching those podcasts, he has been like this. He tried to deny it. Although he told me that he misses being with me, he was just trying to justify his actions. Even his laziness towards chores. It was just all over the place. I wish I was lying, but he started chanting the same thing, like he is trying to be more masculine. And as a man, it is his job to provide and my job to be his partner. He doesn't like the fact that I have to go out to work just to keep us afloat while he has been struggling with his job and career. I understand where he is coming from. Having a low-paying job can be stressful, but it is no excuse to treat me like his slave. I never held it against him or called him less of a man because he earns less. This conversation went nowhere. I brought up the group chat. He obviously got angry and started calling Gigi the B word. I asked him if he was really cheating on me. He didn't say yes or no. He just told me he hasn't slept with anyone other than me. There was some harmless flirting but nothing more. I wanted to shout at him, but I was in someone else's house. He had the audacity to justify that it is not his fault if he ever cheats in future because a man cheating is not the same as a woman cheating. A man cheating is basically biological and he needs it. He even said a man can cheat and still love their partner. And telling a man to be monogamous is cruel. I had enough. This made my decision stronger. I told him if he can't even promise me loyalty, then don't even bother calling me. I went home and packed rest of his stuff. I asked my brother to drop his stuff at his new place. Later that night he came banging on my door. I didn't open it. He accused me of being a bad girlfriend, and that I am making a huge mistake. That he is my last chance to have a family because I am 25 and already past my prime and soon will be 30. And no man wants a 30-year-old hag. He went from screaming to apologizing and promising he will do better. He has nowhere to go. My brother yelled at him to leave us alone or he would call the cops. He kept cursing with every bad word in the dictionary. I snapped and yelled, "Go suck. Bald man with Bugatti. SDCK. So I guess that's about it. I do miss him badly. I still kept one of his hoodies with me. I miss that man who made me breakfast and brought flowers. I miss the man who was supportive and was all over a gentleman. Maybe he is right. I will never find someone who made me feel so loved like he did once. I am just looking for a place to vent. My heart is broken into pieces. It's hard to believe we broke up for something so strange. I wish this was all a lie." Edit. I just want to say thank you to all the people who have shown me some sympathy. I was really down and I decided to read few comments. They really melt my heart. I know I can never bring him back. Maybe the old him is still there somewhere. I hope one day he wakes up and realizes how wrong he was. But I won't be there. But I do hope he changes for good. Reminder, I am not the original poster. // Edit. I fixed the dates. I'm glad Op had the sense to dump this idiot. It's scary how quickly it sounds like he was basically radicalized into a full-blown misogynist. It seems like it came from a place of intense insecurity and feelings of inferiority. But rather than working out those feelings in a healthy way, he jumped straight to, "But if I Convince myself an entire sex of people are even more worthless than me. At least I'm in the top 50%. I'm glad she got rid of him. Life is too short to waste on someone like that. If your guy tells you that he likes bald man currently in prison, lol, then dump him. BF is going to end up as a bitter, angry old man incel with that attitude. Lyndon B. Johnson once said, "If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you." It's about racism, but I think it fits so well here. Dude was insecure and red pillars gave somebody to look down on, which is a lot easier than working with your insecurities. I love how these men try to force their wives and girlfriends to quit their jobs, only to turn around and throw it in their face that they are lazy and stay at home. In my culture it used to be a given a man provides, not something to be proud of. If you didn't, you sucked. If you do, so what? It's the bare minimum as a man. Now even the men in my culture expect women to lick the floor they walk on if they provide. As if most of the women aren't also working these days and expected to do household stuff. Gross. I told my baby sis, get that career and that job. And never let a man have financial power over you if you can. They think they're mini gods on earth because they have a job. Talk about participation award mentality. I really feel like the FBI needs to investigate these red pill weirdos. They're straight up cultist level brainwashers. Wow. I hear Upin that she remembers who he used to be, and I do think that his struggles and insecurities set him up to be susceptible to this cult. That said, she can't save him from himself in this case. She needs to run and keep on running. He doesn't like the fact that I have to go out to work just to keep us afloat. This attitude pisses me off to no end. I'm willing to bet Oop is perfectly happy to work. Even enjoys not sitting at home all day. Most women in Western countries nowadays grow up expecting to work for most of their adult life. Just like men do. Having a career is not some burden only carried by women whose men can't provide. A man cheating is basically biological and he needs it. Never understood this. Cheating isn't masculine. It's indicative of immaturity and impulse control issues. Op dodged a bullet. I don't care that the guy had insecurities or felt inferior or had issues. Plenty people do and don't resort to hate and misogyny. I seriously do not have pity anymore for men like that. He did it to himself and basically became a problem for women around him. He is not far from the predatory mindset that he is owed sex by women. And it is a scary though. Hope he will better himself. But not even for him. But for the women around him who will suffer his misogyny. I don't have empathy for him. At all. But lately he has been consuming a lot of MGTOW content. Nope. Full stop. Move on. As a man, it scares me that someone like Baldbean can just spout propaganda and turn insecure men into toxic, dangerous CNTs. I mean, ever since I learned about the Nazis in history class, I felt like I understood the danger of being told you're better than others for any arbitrary reason, and that you deserve more, that you're not the cause of your problems, etc. But seeing it in action, seeing it be so effective and widespread scares me. Who knows how that friend I haven't heard of in a few years is doing? Is he okay mentally? Is he a Baldbean fan? Has he dealt with his insecurities in such a destructive manner? Like all of Baldbean's fans? I hope therapy becomes cheaper and normalized. Because God knows most of us need it. Some more than others. Baldbean is not the way. Women just need to stay away from fans of Andrew Tate. Not worth trying to save them. That responsibility falls on us men. We need to call out our friends. This sucks. But I can see how it happened. CNN put something on a reel once that was an opinion piece similar to what the MGTOW crowd puts out. There. I heard it from my husband's phone and straight up said, "Don't listen to that garbage, it's all lies." He didn't know what it was until he heard it, and that was the end of that. The thing is, his father believed men should just be in charge of everything and wives should be submissive. The way his mother is treated, he's watched his entire life and decided that's not what he wanted to do to anyone else. It's easy to let that type of stuff creep into your life and take over when you're at a low point, slowly swaying you to another opinion without noticing and emboldening you to feel suddenly more confident, but for the wrong reasons. Then when people avoid you, all the things they say will happen suddenly do. You feel like the podcasters were right all along, all the while people just don't want to hear vitriol. Then you end in an echo chamber surrounding yourself and not being open to other opinions. She was looking so hard for proof of cheating so she could make her decision. When Baldwin with a Bugatti is the only red flag you should need. Feel so bad for Op. Andrew Tate has really messed up some men's thinking. It's sad to see. As a man, masculinity is defined by you and no one else. I wish more men realized this, and idiots like Tate wouldn't rise to the prominence they have. And no man wants a 30-year-old hag. Ha 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 ha. 30-year-old hag? This dude's a clown face of a highest level. Glad that Oop managed to get rid of him. She should get cameras. It made me sad that she needed proof of him cheating as the reason to break up with him. As if the way he was treating her wasn't enough and didn't count. My friend started watching the Fresh and Fit podcast, which is all about the same stuff Tate is in. It's causing major marital problems with his wife. He'll be like, if you were super rich you wouldn't cheat on your wife? And I was like, I plan on marrying my best friend, why would I want to hurt my best friend like that? And he just doesn't understand. I wish that manosphere stuff would preach the personal responsibility and positive provide and protect idea of manhood without all the misogynist things. Having a nuclear family model is one thing. But most of the red pill stuff is telling guys to get rich and bang as many women as possible without forming real attachments. That's not going to fix society at all. Just lead to more fatherless households. Well, that bald man doesn't have his Bugatti or his freedom anymore.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.